Hello everyone. Welcome back to Calling the Shots, which is so exciting because we're kind of in a new era of Calling the Shots. This is Kiki. You're probably used to hearing my voice, Kiki Solano, but as you know, if you listened to our last episode, here it is gone. If you don't know, a little jump scare for you, but I'm really excited. If you're watching YouTube, you can already see we have a new co-host.
Surprise!
Yeah, that's her. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Sarah Hossain, and yeah, I have been watching the podcast, listening to it, watching on YouTube for since you started. I remember you came to me and told me about this, and I was like a fan from the get-go. So I'm so excited to be here, kind of nerve-wracking, and I was like kind of fangirling when I walked in here. I was like, oh my gosh,
This is it.
I'm here.
That makes me happy.
So I'm so excited.
And just to give you guys context, Sarah and I have been friends for years now.
That's crazy.
I know. We met, what year did we meet?
2018,
I was going to say, you would remember more. Oh, yeah, 2018.
Because I was a sophomore in college.
Yes, and I had just graduated. Yeah, so Sarah and I met this is another friendship that came from BYU TV. Literally the best thing that came, my friendships. Sarah and I worked together, starting in 2018, and we just, worked together literally more and more and more until you were just my right-hand gal.
Yeah, really did everything behind the scenes that you can think of.
Seriously.
I was doing it.
No, my friends were like, who are you going to have do it? Co-host with you now. I was like, oh, Sarah, I'm like, Sarah, most of them, already knew you, or I'm like, or you've seen her on my stories in the past, 4 years. Wait, 5 years. Whoa. I'm just doing math in my head.
Wow.
2018 was not 4 years ago. That's crazy.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
the past 5 years.
Time flies.
Time flies. But let's people know that how we met kind of. I don't remember the day we actually met. Do you?
I don't.
Yeah, literally I don't.
I was trying to figure it out in my head, and I can't think of the exact time that I met you.
No, I can't remember either. We just were kind of we just came into each other's lives, then we were just there.
Yeah, I just remember seeing you around the office, I would say, a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I was kind of new, so I didn't exactly know what was going on, and your show was kind of new, and so, yeah, we were both kind of figuring out what we were doing on separately, and then once I found out more about your show, I was like, I want to be involved in that.
And then I remember, and then you started working it, and you started as an editor, and I was like, Sarah just gets it. When someone gets it, they just get it. And that was I was like, Sarah just gets it. I think Sarah needs to be one of the producers. She needs to be one of the main people. Yeah. And then from then on, it was then we became friends.
Yeah. Yeah. We started hanging out outside of work. Activities.
This wasn't just work friendship, you guys. We went to California together a couple times.
We did.
One time we acted like it was for work. And we made it for work, but we really wanted to go home. Sarah's gone home and met my family with me. She's made it past hometowns.
Yeah, hometown dates.
We did, and then we did Tahoe. Remember Tahoe?
We did do Tahoe. That was so fun.
That was so fun. That was a last minute fun one.
Yeah.
That two of our friends actually met each other and got married from that trip.
Crazy. Which was funny because that's...
Which is funny
that's
because...
a whole other story.
It's a whole other story, but maybe someday we'll get into it. They did not talk on the trip, guys.
It's
just really funny.
They were just there.
It's just funny.
They were there at the
same time.
In this friend group.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Anyways, that's a whole other story. But the point is, we've had Sarah and I have had, a ton of memories together. Vegas... Yeah. Working West Coast Conference basketball tournament,
sigh so hard when I think of Vegas because it just stresses me out.
Right? Literally
long hours, long days.
Mm-hmm. I can't explain it to people. I'm you don't understand.
Yeah.
How stressful.
When people are oh my gosh, let's go to Vegas, have a fun weekend trip, and I'm that's
it's traumatizing. It's literally triggering.
Yeah.
Because when we went to Vegas to work, guys, it was literally for a conference tournament, and we just worked our lives away. But
it was just us.
It was just we were a dream team of two.
I mean, Yeah, especially with COVID hitting it.
With
really
COVID, it was literally just us. We had some other people before that, and then when it was COVID, it was like, oh, Kiki and Sarah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a lot of memes, but obviously I know a lot about you, but I want to make sure all the shot callers know about
Yes.
you too. Okay, so describe, because obviously we would only have a sporty girl co-host. Okay, so where do sports kind of come into your life?
Literally from day one, I would say, because my parents are big into sports. My dad played football at Rick's College before it was BYU, Idaho.
I forgot about that.
Yes, that's where my parents met.
Cute.
My mom's from the South, and so college football,
Dude,
big thing in the South.
in the South, college football is
different.
Yeah,
so it's always been kind of part of their lives, so they definitely influenced me from the beginning.
Just raised on it.
Yeah, and I played gymnastics, or I did gymnastics growing up until I was like 8.
I forget that you did gymnastics.
Yeah,
when you were young,
it was like really young.
Like, but gymnastics is so good for young kids.
Yeah, you really learn a lot of skills.
You learn, like, it's like, I don't know, you just learn how to function with your body very well, and that's I don't know, just like balance and strength and
it was
all those
mainly
good skills.
my sister really wanted to, and so I was like, oh, I want to be just like, I have an older sister.
Yes,
and
there
so
you go.
I wanted to be just like her, and so I did it until I was like 8, and then around 11 I played soccer all the way through high school, and then even in college I played on intramural teams.
Dude, intramural sports are they're literally so fun.
So fun.
Or any type of, like, recreational things. You know I'm in my powder puff era right now.
Yes.
And it's literally so fun to play as an adult.
Yeah, and there's, like, not a ton of pressure. I mean, obviously you want to win and stuff.
Totally.
But the pressure to be at, like, this elite level and to push yourself to, like, a breaking point isn't a thing.
It's just not that deep.
No.
When it's that level, it's not that deep. So, and Sarah's big soccer girly.
Yes. I also played flag football in high school.
I actually was thinking this. My Powerpuff League, Sarah, we need subs, okay? And if my team needs a sub, I genuinely feel like you should come and you have so much fun.
Yeah, honestly, when listening to the podcast, I found out you played on a Powerpuff team, and I was like, maybe I should ask her about that, because I played in our high school. My high school team had a legit women's flag football team.
Okay, that's
so
cool.
And our entire county had, like, almost every school had a flag football team.
Which, you're not from here also. Oh. Here being Utah, we are based in Utah, so tell us where you're from.
I am from Florida, Tampa. Grew up in the good Tampa Bay, so super fun, and that's obviously has so many sports.
Yeah.
So.
And, I mean, you miss the beaches, but you're making it work here.
I'm making it work. Came out here for school.
Still, Sarah's the biggest Tim Tebow fan you've ever met.
Yes.
We've talked about Tim Tebow a little bit.
Mostly because I brought him up.
Mostly because Sarah kept writing in about Tim Tebow.
Literally, don't even get me started. I get emotional about Tim Tebow. That's
Tim Tebow, we've talked about him, I assume you know who he is, but if you don't, like, he is very, like, when you think college football quarterbacks, you're likely to think Tim Tebow.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a Florida Gator. Like I said, I'm from Florida. I grew up a Gator fan, and he's super Christian. Yes, very Christian, God-fearing man, which I am.
We do love.
Yes.
Personally, we do love.
We love a good God-fearing man. So
that's pretty cool, too.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Those are, I feel like those are the basics.
Yeah.
I don't want to... also though, you've worked we should cover that too, because you've worked in sports for a while.
I have, yes. So I started in college, like we talked about. That's how we met, BYU TV. My sophomore year is where I kind of got the feel for sports broadcasting.
And I'm trying to remember, did you want to work in sports before that?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, in high school, I did sports marketing.
I wish my high school had that.
Yeah, we had we had a few special programs at my high school where, like, kids would get specially sent to our school to be in those programs.
Go off. I'm
kind of fun.
The way that would have helped me figure out my life so much faster. It took me so long to realize that, like, this sounds dumb, but that I could be in the sports industry. Like, it just didn't seem realistic. So that's so cool, actually.
No, it was super helpful. And so I started doing that in high school and it was called DECA. It's a club that has sports marketing involved, and so we'd compete and like build out these portfolios.
You compete?
Yeah, I went to states.
I don't even know what I'm sitting here like I don't even know what that means or what that looks like, but that sounds cool.
It was just there's different categories, but the one that I worked, you picked a team and you kind of rebranded them, budgeted them out.
Oh, that's so cool.
And figured out, okay, where are their strengths, where are their weaknesses, what do they need to work on, how are we going to budget it?
Yeah.
And then like what marketing plan can
you were like, yeah, this is for me.
Yeah. And so it was super fun. Not a big numbers girl. So
listen, I'm not a numbers girl either.
2018
also, Sarah,
was 5 years ago.
Yes, Sarah and I were both communications majors.
Yes.
Let me tell you, there's not a lot of numbers.
Exactly.
Literally, I don't know if I told you this. I was so bad with numbers that I got a D in stats in college.
Girl, I wasn't that far away. I got a C, like maybe C minus, C plus.
Straight up. I got a D, and it was so embarrassing because I got an A on the test before the final, and then right before the final, I was feeling good. Literally failed the final. Anyways, point of the story is when I went to the comms program, like to communications program, before they accepted me, they're like, we just want to talk about this D on your transcript. And I was like, look, I'm not a numbers person, but I know this major and it's not a numbers major. Yeah. Anyways, so we're not numbers girls.
Not a big numbers girl.
That's okay.
Marketing, a lot to do with that. So when going into school, I wasn't sure which route, but I knew that marketing probably wasn't the route for me. And then my sister, I think, was the one that was like, what if you, like, tried broadcasting? What would that look like? What major would that be? And that's kind of how...
Shout out to your sister.
Yeah, I stumbled upon the communications major and sports media and that kind of stuff, So
then you did BYU TV, and then you graduated.
I did graduate. A few months trying to figure out what my life was going to look like.
Which also we need to normalize.
Yes.
It's super normal to be very lost.
Yes.
And I went through that era for a really long time, and I think a lot of people do. And anyways, so that's normal. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it took me a little bit. Worked at a Nike.
True. Sarah did give me her friends and family discount when she worked at Nike.
You know, like
she really hooked it up.
Because like I had it, so I had to give it to someone that I knew would like utilize it.
Yeah, so, no, I felt very blessed. Every time there was a big sale and I got a text from Sarah like, here's the code, here's whatever, I was like, thank you.
So yeah, worked at Nike for a little bit, applied to like so many different jobs.
It's crazy how many jobs you apply from.
Many.
You don't ever even hear back from. Mm-hmm. You're not even sure if they looked at your resume. Sometimes most of the time I'm like, I don't even respond. I don't even feel like I feel like my resume got lost.
Yeah, because I don't even get a rejection. Not even.
You could at least reject me to my face.
Exactly. So took a long time. Not that long. Actually, I'm pretty blessed. It took a few months.
Yeah, which is actually pretty standard.
A few connections through BYU TV actually helped me to land a job with the NFL Network.
I remember this era of your life too.
LA, and as a production assistant, a part-time production assistant.
Yeah.
And so I basically uprooted everything.
Yeah.
And
no, you really did.
Moved to LA.
For people who don't know what a production assistant is, how would you describe that?
This is interesting because depending on where you go, it changes.
This is actually a really good point. I remember you and I talking about this.
Yes.
What Sarah and I had learned was a production assistant from where we were previously was you literally you're an assistant in the production of whatever show or broadcast entity
live
you're working
sports,
at. So
a studio show.
It can be like a halftime show or literally an actual game going on. But most of the time you're like cutting B-roll, making graphics, doing things like that. That was our experience with it. And then Sarah went to LA and had a different experience.
Very different experience. I'm grateful for the experience. I want to just say that totally now. But it is a very big organization. And so they have everything organized and simplified down to like very simple tasks.
Yeah.
So I went and I worked on studio shows mainly. As I was leaving is when the season was kind of starting, and so I was kind of getting into games.
Yeah.
And helping with those. But I basically just helped locate and find highlights and helped communicate what the producer wanted out of those highlights with the editor.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even editing.
Like the liaison. I
Yeah.
believe that's the right word, if I said it right.
That was a big word. I'm proud of you. But no, I think you're right. I was basically the liaison, the middleman between the producer and the editor, where I found all the highlights that they wanted of, let's say, like Tom Brady throwing.
Yeah.
And found a bunch of good throwing like clips of him, organized them, gave them to the editor, said, hey, this is what they're looking for.
Right.
And it was a good experience. I'm glad I did it. Looks great on
What
a
a resume builder.
Looks great
Truly,
on a resume.
NFL Network is a good thing to have on a resume.
And did that for about a year.
And then
I moved back to Utah. I realized it was going to take a long time to work my way up that ladder.
Yeah.
LA's expensive.
Super expensive.
Everywhere's expensive, but
Everywhere
LA
is expensive,
especially,
but let's get it straight. LA is particularly expensive. Shout out to anyone who's making it in LA.
Seriously, because props to you, because it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't really happy, and I wanted to put my happiness before the title.
Yes.
So
you did that.
Yeah, I moved back. I got a job working at KSL here in Utah, which, if you don't know, is like a pretty big local news and sports station.
Totally.
As a sports radio producer, which never worked in radio before, but they took a shot on me because I did have other experience, and so now I produce one of their daily radio shows with 2 great hosts, and
so dope.
You can occasionally hear me on the radio every once in a while.
So fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. So I do that part-time, and then I also work for the Pac-12 Network part-time, remotely, as a social media producer. So
out here grinding, guys.
Yeah, double jobs. So life's a little crazy, but
life is crazy.
That's kind of my sports background.
So that's Sarah, and that's a lot, and it's fun because it's still going. I think it's fun to see things play out differently than you think, and it's like fun to see where it all takes you. So
I'm so excited because there's things coming that I can't talk about yet, but
we will hear about them now.
To talk about them in the future, because it's so fun to be here and talk sports, which is what I've wanted to do. So
yeah, no, I love that,
but in a sporty girl way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You guys know we love sports, but we love it in a sporty girl way. Yes. And this is seriously like mine and Sarah's conversations just go the way the podcast goes.
It's so true. When I'm listening to this podcast, I literally am like, I can relate so hard to everything that you and Kira have talked about. So I just hope to continue that, honestly.
I know, it'll be so fun. Speaking of Kira, want to give you guys an update.
Oh my gosh.
An update for you too, Sarah, because Kira had said, I think I know who the new co-host is going to be. I love her. I'm so excited. It was Sarah. Let's just be clear. She was like, I think I do. It is her. The three of us on it, we kind of met around the same time.
Yeah.
Ish.
Because she also worked at BYU TV right as I was starting. She was finishing her time at BYU TV.
Yeah. So we all know each other, and we're homies. Anyways, I told her, I was like, Kira, we need a little update from you for everyone, because we told you guys she's going to be behind the scenes a little bit, and she'll be behind the scenes some more once she gets settled. But this was her little life update for you guys. Okay, ready? Idaho is great. Getting settled in our new house, eating our way through town. Best weather ever. Love you guys.
Cute.
So cute.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that the best way to explore somewhere, is to eat everything?
100%. I love food.
I know, me too.
And it's a problem. But it's okay.
No, it's so good. I genuinely just think that you just get to, when I go somewhere, especially because, I'm traveling a bunch now. So much. When we go, I'm like, what is, the food staple that we have to have here? And some of them are, some of them are really interesting. So
Kiki's Treats. You should
Treats.
start a little vlog.
Cute. I know. I should do that. I rate my hotel rooms. I just send it to my boyfriend and I rate them.
Yeah.
And I told my friends that. They're like, you should post that on TikTok. I'm like, true.
Yeah, honestly.
Maybe someday I'll do all these things.
Yeah. Hey, we're busy though.
We're busy girls. We're busy girls. So, you guys, obviously you're going to get to know Sarah more as we go, but wanted to give you guys a little background on her. Mm-hmm. You'll get to know her more next week too. We're going to play a game next week.
Super excited.
Very excited. It's, why did I just forget the name? Would you rather?
Kiki.
I was like, Sarah, please help me. Like,
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Sports edition.
Yep.
And we're gonna write them for each other, so it's gonna be literally so fun. It's going to be.
I'm gonna have to like start thinking about this right now because
listen, just based off my Wi-Fi password, you have some good ideas.
That's very true.
Sarah asked for my Wi-Fi password earlier today, and it's just like most of the athletes / actor
celebrities
man crushes that I
have.
Not even man crush is wrong. Crushes that I have.
Yeah.
So I love them. I'm surprised you didn't have my Wi-Fi password before, honestly.
No.
Is it because you have a new device?
Yeah, I think I've gotten a new phone since I've been here. So
yeah,
it's been a minute since I've been here.
It's been a minute. I asked Sarah when she walked in. I was like, "Did you remember how to get to my house?" Because we also have each other on Find My Friends, and I was like, "Listen, she could just say like, take me to Kiki, and it would."
Yeah,
but you remembered,
no,
right?
I made it a goal to not use Find My Friends and to get to your house by memory, and I did it.
I'm literally so impressed.
Yeah,
way to go, Sarah.
I got a little lost, but it's okay.
I could never. Okay. We're gonna keep it short and sweet for you guys because we really just wanted to introduce Sarah and then just talk about a few things, and then next time will be more of our like back to the usual game segmenty type stuff. But things are happening in the sports world, and it feels like it's been a really long time since we've updated you guys because last week was just about Kira leaving, and then it was like another episode before that, so it's really been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But Sarah and I are pretty hyped about some of this. First of all, we just NBA Finals. Not even finals. We have our champion.
Yeah, the Nuggets.
Congrats.
Nuggets. Shout out Denver.
Shout out to the Denver Nuggets. I do have a thought about this, guys. Okay, so we told you guys that the way the NBA playoffs work is it's best of 7. It's kind of a bummer, though, because, like, you don't know what the last game's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's exciting.
There's not like you don't play all 7 games.
Yeah. I almost prefer when it goes to a game 7.
Yeah. Because we're at the tail end of a lot of sports.
So
you're grasping for something to like hang on to.
Totally.
That's sports related, that's a game. And the NBA Finals is kind of
a big one.
That thing. And when it doesn't go to 7 games, it's like, okay, what
yeah,
now?
Like if you miss game 5, you miss the championship game.
Yeah. And
whereas like the Super Bowl,
No. Yeah, it's marked on your calendar. That's the day. That's when the winner happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that it is kind of rough.
I was just thinking that because I watched like barely any of game 5, and then I was like, well, shoot, it's done.
Yeah, and it's hard because I feel like every time there was a game, I was working. So
that's the thing people don't tell you about working in sports is you miss so many of the other sports going on.
Because NCAA baseball tournament's going on right now.
True.
Pac-12 has someone in it, so
you're busy.
That's what I was watching.
That's what you're doing.
Catch the highlights. But it is kind of rough that it doesn't have like a set day.
Yeah, because then it's like you're probably like out doing something.
At the same time, though, it does make it go longer.
That's true.
So, because if it was just one game, then
that's true. It'd be done so quick.
It would be done way back when.
Ooh, good point. Whereas, like, best of 7, like, at least you're getting multiple games.
Would you rather have a series or one championship game?
A series, actually.
See,
I would rather have a series, but, like, because even, like, I wish college football was, like, longer. Like, I wish the bracket was bigger.
Oh, my gosh. Well, isn't that coming?
It is coming.
Yeah, so.
But that's what I mean. I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
Actually. So, actually.
There's positives and
There's
negatives.
positive. Way to go, Sarah. I needed that positivity.
Congrats, Denver.
So, congrats to Denver. Personally, I had no ties to Denver in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't think you did either.
But, like, it was their first ever title, so that's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge for them.
And their big player was Jokic, so people call him the Joker, which...
Nikola Jokic.
Yes, thank you. And he's kind of... Guys, it was just interesting because you get... He's just an interesting personality. Yeah. Like, if you don't know him... Okay, none of us actually know him. Let's be clear. We don't know him personally.
I also found out no one, when he was, like, drafted, no one really knew him.
Yeah, guys. Okay, this is actually insane. So when you get drafted... It's either, like, a big deal early on, or it can literally happen, like, during a commercial, and it'll just say your name at the bottom and what team you're going to.
And it happened during a commercial.
Yes. Did you see what commercial it was?
I can't remember.
It's literally a Taco Bell commercial.
Nice. Nice.
Go get Taco Bell to celebrate.
Yeah, Crunch Wrap.
Get a Crunch Wrap Supreme. Honestly, I'm trying to remember that. It really was like about a burrito or something.
Yeah, no.
So, like, it literally could have been a Crunch
That's so
Wrap.
sad.
I know.
But it just shows, like, you never know.
You never know who's going to end up being the big star. Mm-hmm. Look at Tom Brady. Yeah, something I do love about him, because he is kind of interesting, like, okay, well, when he was celebrating, first of all, I was like,
what's going on?
What is going on? He, like, didn't, I don't know.
He didn't seem like he knew exactly how to act.
Yeah.
But, like, would you either? I don't know.
I guess that's true. I think
know?
I would be, like, extra weird. Maybe that's just me, but he just seemed, like, pretty mellow.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Or, I guess, like, he did, like, jump in the pool.
Yeah, or he body slams one of his teammates.
Yeah. Was it Jamal Murray?
Yeah,
it
Jamal
was.
Murray.
Another
into one of the locker room pools.
Yeah, locker rooms have these individual pools. They look like hot tubs, but they're a little bigger. That was, like, his biggest celebration, was taking his teammate and dunking him in the pool with him.
He's just, like...
He's just interesting.
Even toned.
Yeah, like, even keeled. What I will say that I do love about him is he would lace his wedding ring in his shoes.
So cute.
Isn't that so cute? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute.
I really got to know him and his personality through these playoffs, because, like we said, no one really knew him.
Yeah, like, people knew, like, he was good and, like, NBA star or whatever, but, like, this really was the first time where it was like, oh, he is the guy in the spotlight. So, shout out to him. Shout out to his wife, who he just must love if he's tying his wedding ring in his shoelaces, even though that does sound a little bit like a little flight risk. I'm like, what happens if your shoes get untied?
And it, like, metal.
I know. I'm like, seems like a lot could happen, but you know what? I respect the loyalty.
And, like, his wife, from what I've seen, has been with him since day one. So she has been a ride or die.
We love the loyalty.
Yeah. Ride or die.
Like, nothing but respect.
So,
anyways, so congrats to Denver. We don't genuinely care, like, that much, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Not like we just don't care about Denver that much. I don't know. It's Denver.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Stay safe out there also, because I heard the rioting in the streets after the win were, like, pretty serious.
Oh my goodness. If you're in Denver, we do care about you. Stay safe. I take that back.
Yeah, hopefully you're okay. Maybe dial it down a little bit.
Maybe put safety before celebrating.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Like we said, we love sports, but also,
you know,
relax. It's okay.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
Speaking of NBA Finals, Stanley Cup is still going on. There's a game at the night we're recording this, so the Knights lead 3-1 currently, but they could literally just win the whole thing, so we'll see.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like it's leaning that way.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a hockey game?
I have.
Okay, I was wondering this.
I remember you guys talking about this. Because Tampa Bay Lightning aren't in the Stanley Cup this year. It's actually the Florida Panthers, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm from Tampa, so the Lightning are go Bolts, you know?
Yeah.
And I went to a game with one of my dad had, like, a buddy who has really good season passes.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
Isn't it, like, people I think don't realize what...
hockey in general blows my mind, because they're doing everything that normal sports do, but on ice.
It's like scary dangerous, guys.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. Yeah. I'm really glad you've been, because I went for the first time recently, and like a few months ago, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty epic. Yeah.
They're insane, and the atmosphere, the whole fan experience that, like, these stadiums, arenas, that's the word, arenas create is crazy. And it's like, a blast.
What we're saying is, if you ever get a chance to, if anyone's ever, like, want to go, I have tickets, like, you should just go. Even if you have no idea, because
drop everything, go.
Literally go.
It is worth it.
Okay. On another note in the sports world, listen, I love Selena Gomez. I literally love her so much. Yeah. Like, I've loved her forever.
I like how you're saying the sports world, and then
I know, and then it's not sports. Y'all don't need to transition. You're like, oh, Selena Gomez, right? Yeah. I would perk up if I heard her name.
Love her, queen.
Seriously.
Queen.
But this video has been going around where she's watching some, like, It looks like some intramural game,
Yeah,
honestly.
it doesn't look anything crazy, but she's with her friends at some soccer game.
Yeah.
Intramural, like, pickup, some sort of
soccer game that's just not that deep. And she yells from the sideline, "I'm single."
Well, she yells, "I'm single and I love you guys."
Yeah, something like that.
Hold on.
Yes, you pull it up.
Okay, wait, I had it. Look at me, ready to go.
Oh my goodness.
So it was, "I'm single, just a little high maintenance, but I love you so much." That's what she said.
Gosh. This is why I love her.
To random, from what we know, random people.
Yeah.
Random soccer men. Also, if you're one of those men, what are you doing?
You are stopping the game.
Drop everything.
You're dropping everything.
Walk off the field.
You're done.
You don't have to
win the game because you've won at life.
Don't even signal to the ref. Just walk off the field.
No.
Run, actually.
Seriously. Don't walk, run. Sprint. Do whatever you have to. If Selena Gomez is yelling at you, "I'm single, I love you,"
just a little high maintenance. Who cares?
Everyone's a little high maintenance.
Go after her.
No, but this is why I love Selena Gomez. She's so relatable.
Yeah.
She
doesn't care.
She genuinely doesn't care. She's doing her own thing.
She's just living her life, happy and comfortable with where she's at.
And she'd make such a cute soccer girlfriend.
But yeah, 100%. I would want.
She'd make a cute soccer she'd make a cute anything in life.
Just be my friend.
Literally,
okay?
just please. But I was just very.
I'd run off the field for her.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I would again,
like, I
sprint.
Can't help your single situation, but like, I'll be your best friend.
But I will be there for you because I'm obsessed with you. Yeah, that was just the best.
Yeah.
And I just think relatable. Listen, we've all had crushes on a player or another at one point or another.
Athletes, man, they get you.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they have gotten a lot of women. But you know what? If Selena Gomez is anything, she's relatable. Yeah. So I literally love her, and I just thought
she's
that was
so open
funny.
about what she's been through.
Dude, she's so open about everything. Did you watch her documentary?
No.
Oh, it's on Apple TV. I have Apple TV if you ever want to watch it. Just
Here's
do a trial and binge everything.
I know, because I was literally talking to my sister about this too, about Ted Lasso, and I know you love Ted Lasso.
Wait, you haven't seen Ted Lasso?
I haven't seen Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Sarah, you're a soccer girl.
I know. What am I doing?
Okay, well, actually, I wasn't going to say what I was going to say because it literally might ruin the entire show for you. So I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
All I'm going to say is you have to watch it.
I know. I need to. I need to watch it.
Anytime you get a new, like, Apple device, you get a free trial for, like, I want to say it's, like, maybe it's just a month. I want to say it's a couple months.
Well, I might need a new computer soon, so.
That's true. Sarah was struggling with her computer.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, we all been there.
But.
Okay, and
Where were we?
Speaking of soccer players.
Yeah,
look at that transition. Sarah and I have been dying to talk about something. Guys,
drops
we're
getting
iPad.
Serious. Okay.
Let's get serious.
I'm here.
Sarah and I are completely reconfiguring ourselves to our mics because this is important. You've heard us talk about Messi on this podcast.
Yes.
Lionel Messi.
Yep.
The GOAT.
The man. The myth.
The man, the myth, the legend, the one and only. He just won a World Cup with Argentina. He's literally so relevant right now.
Yeah. At the prime of his career, honestly.
Well, it's crazy because he's literally, 36? And everyone, like, his name has become a common household name over however long he's been playing for.
So long.
Yeah, literally so long. And a month or two ago, I briefly mentioned, some crazy stuff with Messi's going down. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it got crazier.
Way crazier.
He's coming to America.
Yeah.
I just said he played for Argentina.
Yeah.
But, he's played for Barcelona. And
big leagues that aren't in America.
Yeah. Yes, that's the best way to say it, actually. Yeah.
He's played all over, basically outside of America.
Yeah, he was just in Paris playing. He was playing for PSG. And that didn't work out because they're dumb. Me taking it
Like,
so personal.
Yeah, like Kiki's
just calling out a whole team.
Yeah, she takes it personally.
I do take it
when
personally.
it comes to
Kira thinks I'm
Argentina.
related to Messi, so
you know,
he's basically my brother. I
Yeah.
take it personal.
Yeah. Twice removed, but
Twice, so many times removed. But guys, seriously, this was crazy because for a while it was like, where's Messi gonna go? He was offered $1.6 billion.
Sorry, one more time. Billion
Thank
with
you.
a B.
Mm-hmm.
Dollars.
To play in Saudi Arabia, in the league in Saudi Arabia, where Cristiano Ronaldo is, who is like the other people. You might hear some people argue he's the GOAT. We're not going to get into
the
that.
Michael LeBron debate.
Yeah, it's truly, but in the same era.
But in the same era, yes.
But in the
that's
same
also
era.
True.
Anyways, so he got offered a bunch of money to go there, but, you know, he decided to come and play in the MLS, the league that I always talk to you guys about because I work in Major League Soccer, and he's going to Miami to play in Miami.
Yes, Miami. And the thing is, like, soccer and the MLS, the levels are a little different. The level of play seems just a little different between
Totally. You want
English, Spanish, the leagues outside of America.
Ideally, it's like, oh, they're going to go play in Europe. Like, that's what you say if they're, like, amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
when they're at the height, like I said, the height of their career, just this crazy level. You play in Europe, you play in Saudi Arabia, all kind of outside. So the fact that he's playing where he's playing at the level he's playing at, and chooses to come to MLS soccer,
it's insane.
Is crazy.
It's insane. It literally... First of all, I'm just really honored to work in the league that Messi plays in. But
if you could see, if you're not watching on YouTube and you see Kiki right now, she is beaming. Yeah, absolutely.
Like literally beaming.
Ear to ear,
smiling. But it really is absolutely insane. To put things into context for you guys, like Miami's cheapest ticket before Messi said like he intends to sign with Inter Miami was $29. Mm-hmm. The cheapest ticket now is like almost $500.
Yeah, $500.
Yeah, it's $500.
The second the deal came out, those tickets went up.
They went,
hundreds
which
of dollars.
I hate myself because there's been rumors of this forever.
Yeah.
Why didn't I just buy a ticket? It would have been worth taking the hit if it didn't happen. But people like literally think that like they're gonna go to NFL stadiums and just play in NFL stadiums so that tickets can be like hopefully a little bit cheaper and people can go and watch, which like people
want
like
to.
me. Yeah.
Well, not even like you. Like literally, don't get me wrong. I'm a soccer fan. Messi wasn't like my
end all be all.
Yeah. But I still, if I had an opportunity to see Messi play in America,
absolutely,
I'm gonna go.
Absolutely, that's the thing. Even people, like, guys, Messi is current. The second he moves to Miami, and he like is training there, he is officially the biggest athlete in America.
And
like bigger than LeBron.
And not just, and you might be like, how? But he signed, the deal that they signed with him is the first of its kind.
Yeah, and I can't remember if he's actually signed it yet or if there's still I think there's still like, I think it's still like, it's all paperwork at this point. Yeah. But like,
the fine print.
It's not just that he's going to be making a ton of money, but speaking of Apple TV, Apple TV is the only place you can watch Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
So you have to have an MLS season pass, and he is getting revenue from Apple TV based on him going to Miami. Yeah. Like that's a part of the deal too. He's already like an Adidas athlete, but he's also getting money from them as well.
Yeah, they're basically it's similar to what LeBron did when he signed with Nike and the Jordan brand. It's going to be similar. It can build to be something similar to that.
If you guys saw the movie Air, which I told y'all you should watch.
And I need to still see.
Sarah!
I know.
But it really is like that. It's like a lot of, like, Michael Jordan did so much for Nike that they gave him profit. And, like, at the time, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Athletes didn't get money off their shoes, which is wild.
Yeah.
But that's, like, Messi will be getting money from Apple TV and from Adidas in a way that like just hasn't
Yeah.
It hasn't been done
He
before.
also has the opportunity to, once he's done playing, once he retires, to basically become a owner.
A part owner of an expansion team.
In a team, which is also something that hasn't...
Also crazy.
That hasn't been written in a contract like this, has it?
I mean, David Beckham had it was somewhat similar, but it didn't have the other things around it.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit different. So it's because this is David Beckham. We've talked about the Beckhams before too because they're iconic.
Yes.
This is David Beckham's team. Like this is, David Beckham is an owner of Inter Miami, and so Messi, like, he already had a home in Miami.
Yeah.
David Beckham's a huge star. Like, this made sense for him. But you guys, I don't know if a lot of people know this, Miami is currently bottom of the MLS. They're dead last. Like, wow. They are, like, he's
really taking them.
He's gonna just take them to the top, probably. Yeah. But, like, it's actually crazy because it's not like he's just going to some great team. Mm-hmm. Like, No, but he's gonna change everything, obviously. Yeah. But it is insane. So the deal itself, it's pretty complicated, but to give you guys some perspective, it's between 125 million to 150-ish, depending on how things shake out in the length of what the contract ends up looking like. It's 2.5-year deal, an option to sign for 2026. That happens a lot in sports contracts. You like sign to a certain point, and if they put something in there like, and if you like it, we'd love for you to stay, type of thing, basically. And then, both Apple and Adidas are offering profit sharings on merchandising and subscriptions for the season pass. Crazy. So it's just, like, literally so insane.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. And everyone is coming up to me right now like, is Messi me? Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm shocked. Literally could. Everyone is coming up to me right now like, is Messi coming to Utah? I'm going to keep it straight with you in Utah. You don't play every team in the MLS every year. That's just not how the schedule works. They're probably not going to send Messi to Utah. Yeah. That being said,
it doesn't depend on if they win in
So this is what I was going to tell you. So this is what I will say. That's Major League Soccer schedule. There is, and I've been very busy right now because there's Major League Soccer schedule, and then there's another tournament going on, which is called the Open Cup, which is not Major League Soccer technically, though the teams left in the tournament are Major League Soccer teams. So there's 4 teams left. We are one of them, as in we being Real Salt Lake. We are in the semifinals on one side of the bracket, playing Houston, I think, sometime in August. Which I should remember. I'm going to that game. Hey, and then I got time. Yeah. And then on the other side of the bracket is Miami. And Miami will be playing Cincinnati. So
you're saying there's a chance.
So I am saying there's a chance because I want, like, I'm a visual learner. So picture RSL and Miami on 2 different sides of the brackets. If we both make it to the final, if Real Salt Lake has been told you have hosting priority. So if it were to go to the final, Messi could come and play.
So 1 + 1.
Yes, 1 + 1 equals Messi playing in Utah.
So all these things need to happen.
And then I'll just cry and be so
crossed.
Happy. So anyways, that is how it would shake out. If you are a soccer fan, or even if you're not and you just want to see Messi, that is a circumstance in which it would need to happen for that time. And that would be in September for the final, if that were to happen. Which, like, knock on wood, but also I'm just manifesting. So what can I say? Also, Miami blew up on social media.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like, I'm trying to remember I don't think they even quite had 1 million followers. Now they almost have 6 million followers. Yeah. In less than a week.
Wild.
They gained like 4 million in followers in like 2 days. Yeah. Listen, as a social media manager, I'm just like sitting there crying.
We are social girlies. Like, your job's done.
Literally. I'm like, cool. That's really cool.
That's really nice.
Me just busting my butt over here.
Yeah.
And
that's
so crazy.
That social media manager is chilling.
That social media manager can literally
retire.
Retire early.
Yeah.
To put in perspective how many followers that is for a team, that's the most of, like, any big American team. Like, the most of the NFL, NHL, NBA, all of those sports, MLB, no team has more followers now than Miami. I just really need you guys to understand how big Messi is.
Yeah.
Messi.
Crazy.
Yes, so
he is that's why he's like the biggest.
That's why
he's the biggest player.
And you know what? We're just so happy for him and his family to be in Florida too, because his family is the cutest. Okay.
Also, my home state. Let's go.
Yeah. Sarah's like, I'm visiting home. What's up? She's like, I've always been a Miami fan.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. What? Totally. No.
Shows up in a jersey next time.
Shows up. Just drives around all of Florida.
What? This whole thing? No. You know, it might be 4 or 5 hours south of me, but hey, no one needs to know.
No one needs to know. I would take that road trip.
Yeah, no, it's...
I would take
I've
that
done
road
it before,
trip.
yeah, it's a good time.
I was like, 4 or 5 hours isn't that bad.
Not bad at all.
I've done worse. We've done worse.
We've done worse, yeah.
Multiple times. Together.
Yeah. Accurate. Crazy.
I mean, is there anything else you have to say about Messi? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's...
Sorry we had to geek out for a sec, but we're soccer girlies.
We are. And I hope you guys join us on this journey and become soccer girlies with us.
And yeah, so you'll be hearing more of his name. For sure. Maybe we'll get into like him and his family a little bit more too.
Yeah, because they're literally like, I mean, we've talked about him and his wife Antonella, and they're super cute, but their kids are so cute too. So
yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. I'm just stateside. I'm so excited.
I know.
That would be so fun.
Just have like the biggest sports name
and
in
it's
the
just
world
gonna
right
bring boost like the MLS in general, not just Miami, but like I think it's gonna take the MLS to the next level. 100%.
Absolutely, the whole league. Like eyes are on the whole league. Yeah. Like literally, LeBron who, Tiger Woods who. That's right. I'm
Steph
getting
Curry?
crazy. Okay. Well, just kidding. No, honestly, like Steph Curry who.
Thinking
like I could never, like, not for me, but for everyone else.
How like the fact that Kiki, those words just came out of
just left my mouth.
Yeah.
Pretend they didn't. I take it back. Just kidding.
Cut that out.
I literally love them. We're gonna edit that out. Anyways, we're not. So that's like super exciting. But you know that this is perfect because we're talking about a number 10, Messi.
Oh my gosh.
And now we got to talk about another number 10.
So exciting.
For our final segment, because we love to shout out our women in sports. And I mean, we shouted out our girl Selena earlier, but this is a actual athlete we have to shout out to, Sue Bird. So she's former WNBA star. She retired in 2022, and now they retired her jersey too. Yeah. Which maybe not everyone knows what that means.
Yeah. So as an athlete, once you make it to a certain level and you have a certain impact on a team, because it's team specific. It's not just
it is team specific.
Basically, they say, hey, no one else can wear your number at this team.
Because you're that iconic.
You're that big of a deal.
Yeah, and that is Sue Bird. So she was with she played in Seattle with the Seattle Storm for 21 years. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah. Literally 21 years. She wore the number 10, and now when people say hanging in the rafters, that's what they mean. Yeah. Her jersey is up in the stadium forever, and no one from Seattle no one from the Seattle Storm will ever wear number 10 again, because that's all Sue Bird. Yep. Y'all, they had a little ceremony for this.
Yeah. It was her fit.
Thank you.
Can we just
I was like, someone please. Yeah, you got to say it. Her
fit was unreal.
Because Seattle's the power suit. No, literally the power suit is crazy. I'm a sucker for a power suit.
Man, I act some type of way when I'm in a power suit with some good heels. Like,
I'm a different person. I can take on the world.
Yeah, I can do anything. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. Unworthy. But genuinely, like, she looked like that. Like, she looked so good. Her power suit was so good. It was, like, lime green.
Which is one of Seattle's colors.
Yeah, Seattle is, like, green. So that was also just iconic. Yeah. She gave a speech that was, like, an hour and a half long. And she's like, yeah.
I only saw social media
stuff
about it.
So. I mean, obviously,
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. You're not going to find that, like, just on social media, the whole speech.
What do you...
I know. And they asked her, like, she was like, yeah, maybe that was a little long, but I was here for 21 years, so it's hard to cut stuff out.
I was going to say, honestly, when you have that kind of impact on an organization, you take all the time you want.
Go off.
You take all the time you want.
So congratulations to Sue Bird.
And she's also married to another iconic woman.
Yeah, she
Megan
is.
Rapinoe, who plays for
Speaking of soccer.
USA Soccer.
Yeah.
So, power couple right there. But she was there supporting her, too.
She was there. She gave, like, a little spiel.
Yeah.
So,
but man,
crazy.
Sue Bird.
Shout out to Sue
one of the greats.
Bird. One of the greats.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like, if you didn't know about the WNBA, let us just teach you about the name Sue Bird. Look her up, because she's, like, pretty iconic.
For sure. You don't even have to really know about it. I don't even really know too much about the WNBA.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sue Bird is a name that I know.
The name,
yeah.
If you know that name, you know enough.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This was really fun. This is our first episode with Sarah. Did you like it?
Yeah, honestly, I just feel like it's just like old times.
We're just vibing.
Yeah.
We're just vibing.
We're just back to basically where we were.
I know. And now we're just doing it for a podcast. Yeah. And again, this one we're just running you through all the things, but we'll get back to all our games and all the other things soon. We just had to make sure that you had time to meet Sarah and we had time to go off on Messi.
Yeah. Specifically. Yeah.
Specifically. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening to us on Calling the Shots, and we will be back next time.
Yep. See ya.
Bye, guys.